everyone, Brenton here. So yeah, this is my, as it says, the Player Award predictions for 2021. I'm going to do a few of these. I'm going to do a roughies one as well. That's like kind of a whole video of just people that like, I guess aren't in the full conversation that could win it. So that's going to be a separate video. And then I'm going to go through some team awards. And then at the end of the season, I'm going to watch back on these videos, probably with just the ultimate amount of cringe, and go through it all. The only thing is that I have, with this one, it's not boring. Connor McDavid is not winning every award. That's what I'm kind of getting at. I'm going a little bit off the grid here too. A little bit off the grid. This isn't the roughies one either. So I'm in a Carolina jersey. Art Ross winner, the player with the most points. It's bold. It's bold. It's bold. I think he's going to be an elite talent this year. You got to see a little bit of it in the playoffs and him grow into this player last season. The reason why I think he's going to be an absolute bona fide superstar, I also think Point's going to have a very good season as well outside of like McDavid and Draisaitl, is Carolina is in a division with Detroit and the Blackhawks. And Florida, if they have some goaltending issues, Columbus, they don't have a full lineup, Dallas have a lot of injuries. There are going to be a lot of games where this team is just better than the other team. So I think that is going to be worth at least 10 points by the end of the season. And I think in a shortened season, it's going to be a real chance for him to take the Art Ross for the most points. I don't think he'll get the most goals, but I think he'll get the most points in the season. I know. I've already like alienated everyone. So, most goals, the Rocket Richard Trophy. I mean, Ovi's the big easy pick, but no one over the age of 35 is ever in that conversation. That's throughout NHL history. So I'm not going to ignore history, especially now when this is a young man's era. So I just don't think he's going to get the most goals in a season. I think there's a few players that are probably going to be sneakies in this conversation. Like you look at Kyle Connor. I think Gaudreau, if he turns things around, could easily find the net a fair bit. But Toronto fans are going to like this. I'm going to give this to Austin Matthews. I think he's the greatest pure goal scorer that we have right now. Playing in the Canadian-only division, there's a couple of weak teams in there. I think having a bit more leadership in the lineup, he's probably going to do a bit more and try a bit more and be a weapon offensively. So I just think if they get that power play going, I just think he's going to be able to elevate his game to that level where he can be the leading goal scorer. He's got to stay healthy and he's got to be consistent, and the team in front of him's got to be consistent. But yeah, I like the fact that they have a pretty good chance of doing this. Now the Vezina. This is where things get really interesting. So the Vezina is kind of like the MVP award, in which case you need to have a bit of a story behind it. As well as be a very good goalie, there needs to be a story there. So I think the best chance if he has a good season would be Markstrom. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know there's a few eye rolls already. The reason why I say Markstrom is because he's going to Calgary. They were very inconsistent. They've been inconsistent the last few years. If he stables that ship and has a very good season doing so, then you can point to, oh, they were inconsistent and now they're like one of the best teams in the league. Plus, again, there's some weak teams in the Canadian division. So, they don't have to travel as much. They're kind of in the middle there. I think all things point to like he could have a good season. Plus, I just can see him getting a lot more of the net and they go with him for as long as possible. So yeah, I just think that if he can get it all together, I know I've already gone up with a few roughies already, but I like Markstrom this year. I really do like Markstrom this year. The Lady Byng, I mean, this is probably one of the easier trophies to give it to. You kind of give it to a player that would be in that hard conversation up there in the points, but didn't really get any gold. It's probably going to Nathan McKinnon again. It's hard for him not to get it. He was so good. He was so far in front of his team in points. I think a very similar situation will come out again. I think he's going to go absolute beast mode this year. So look at him to take it away. The Calder, we're going to Minnesota. Kaprizov. I think he's like the third favorite right now. He's just been pro in Russia for a while. He's played at this sort of level, I think, a little bit more than Lafreniere's. I think he's going to have a bit bigger of a role in Minnesota than he will, I think, Stutzler's a real good chance as well. Like Stutzler is a player I really do like. I don't think Lafreniere, just because I think they'll protect him and help him grow for another year. So I don't think he'll be in the position to be able to take it. He might be able to elevate, not deny the Rangers from putting him into those positions, but I just think they'll hold off too late in the season. Stutzler will be right up there. I think right now he's playing with Dadonov and a few other players, so So look for that one. But I just think Kiprusoff is the way to go. I think he's going to be an absolute lights-out player this year. If you've got a fantasy team, what are you doing talking to me? What are you doing? Go get him. Go get him. I think he's going to have a great season this year. But Stutzler as well, I think, will be a handy player as well. Man, he's just a super talent. The Norris Trophy, it's hard to not go past him. It's really hard. I've snubbed Tampa Bay a little bit for a lot of these awards, but I think Victor Hedman, you've got to go down that way. I mean, everyone seems very divided on players like Seth Jones. I think Yossi had a great year, but just offensively, I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think Carlson in Washington is worthy of this because of his defensive side, so I think Hedman is an absolute go-to, especially with Kucherov out. I do think he's going to have to step up a little bit. Sergachev, I think, will have a good year as well, but I just have a feeling that he's going to really carry a lot of the load there, especially with a few of that core defensemen being taken out. So watch to him to just go absolutely lights out this season, and I reckon he's going to get the Norris. I think that's the least controversial of all my picks thus far. I did want to give McKinnon the Art Ross because I think he's going to be lights out this year as well, but I don't know. I went with Aho. I'll probably, the Bill Masterton Award I'll skip just because it's like the sad award. It's like what happened this year. I mean, Nolan Patrick would probably be on it, right? Because he came back from like headaches all year, so there'll be a player that like comes to mind immediately. As a player that's gone through adversity. But yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen in the next year, so you've got to look for that. It's a hard award to pick, so I'll right now just like pencil in Nolan Patrick because I just know that there's been some level of adversity there. The Ted Lindsay Award, I think, will go to Nathan McKinnon as well. I think he's going to get the Lady Byng and that. I think he's just going to be a little bit behind in points this year. Again, I'm going out on a limb here, just the quality of teams that they have to verse, but I think because of the quality of teams that the Colorado are going to have to verse, and I think they're going to be number one in that division when it's all said and done, if they can get some good goaltending. I think McKinnon will be looked at if he has a big point deficit, that he's going to clean out a lot of these voting awards. The Selke, I really want to be controversial this year. I really want to be controversial and give it to Stone. It always goes to a center. I think there's been enough stuff about it always goes to a center. If they have a good season and he blows it out defensively, it's really difficult, isn't it? It's really tricky. It's so tricky. I wonder if Matthew Tkachuk, I'm not saying him, but I wonder if he's going to start to be in these conversations. Does have a good all-round game. Yeah, effort. I'm going to say Stone. There's no way it happens. I'll probably get given to Couturier, but you know what? I'm going to say Stone. Screw this. I'm saying Stone. Yes, and that's what I'm sticking with. The William Jennings Trophy, I think... this one is really tough. I think it's probably going to go to the Tampa Bay goalie. I think so. So Vasilevsky. I have a feeling it's going to go there. I just think they're going to be too good this year, and especially, again, weaker division. I just can't see them getting scored on a heap consistently. But, I guess we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. Mark Messier Award, I'll probably go on Mulligan on just because there's off-ice things and you've got to kind of live in America and Canada to know what programs they're running. It's really hard for me to figure out what charity's what at the moment, so I'll skip by that one. And the Hart, I think it's going to go to Ted Lindsay winner. I think it's going to Nathan McKinnon again. I just think he's going to be that good he's going to have that good of a season. I absolutely think he's going to be great and be in the mix for those. But yeah, anyway, that's the video. What did you guys think? If you did like this video, hit the like button. Also hit subscribe down below. We're up to 323 as I made this video, so I've got 2 more overnight. So thank you to everyone that subscribes. It just keeps this moving along. You have no idea the motivation I get. Even if I just get 1 in a day, it's huge. Comment down below. Do you disagree with something I've said? I'm guessing the Aho one. Maybe Markstrom. I think Markstrom isn't that bad. I think people can be like, if you show your math work and each bit of the problem, be like, I see how you got there. Aho, I think people are just going to be like, I thought this wasn't the Roughies one. one. I'm going by the fact that they're playing garbage teams. And I think he's great too. I've got a little bit of a man crush there. The goals is interesting, the most goals. Yeah, I'm curious if Kyle Connor is kind of dipping his toe into that. He's had 2 pretty good years when it comes to scoring, so yeah, we'll see how that all goes. If they do really well, Scheifele's another player that's interesting. If he has a great season, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. See you, and bye.